hate cheerleaders. I hated those in high school.
The Raisha Saeed character.
It actually started with WWE. Do you remember Muhammad Hassan?
STARDOM US president?
Rossi Ogawa gave me that title. IYO SKY. She was a dream.
I recently saw a video that went viral.
Got to work a little bit with Trish Stratus.
You also got to wrestle yourself at one point.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
Welcome everyone to Ring the Bell. This is DS and I'm here with the legend, one of the greatest of all time, Cheerleader Melissa.
Hi, so good to be here. Now there's my dog.
Scarlett was excited about this interview. So
she's very excited.
Thank you so much for having me on this beautiful house, by the way.
So excited to have you here. I've always wanted to have you over here. This is your second time here, but it's...
And I'm tiki themed, both of us.
I know. Welcome to the, what is it called? The Tiki Ranch House.
I just can't believe that I'm sitting here with you in your house because I remember the first time I met you. It was one of the Shimmer shows in Chicago, the Berwyn Eagles Club.
Yeah.
And I remember being so intimidated by you.
Yeah, I have an intimidating presence. Right. I have a severe case of, what's it called? RBF, resting bitch face. No, I have a very severe case of it. So yeah, I get it.
Not because of that, because your in-ring presence is so huge and so...
Thank you.
But also given that you are PWI's top female wrestler, but hey, we're here kikiing, so...
I know!
What an honor!
I'm not that scary. It's a party at the Lava House.
So cheers to that.
Yeah, see? Drinks happen when you come over.
Cheerleader Melissa is, you have many gimmicks we're going to be talking about today.
Okay.
But Cheerleader Melissa is kind of the gimmick that you're most well known for, I think. That was the gimmick you got when you first started?
Yeah, I started managing a tag team called the Ballard Brothers.
Okay.
There are no cheerleaders in hockey, but their gimmick was a hockey team.
Okay.
And I was Cheerleader Melissa for them. It was a gimmick that did really well for me. People loved the cheerleader gimmick and everything. And to be honest, I hated it. I hate cheerleaders. I hated those bitches in high school. No, there was absolutely nothing about cheerleading I liked or ever wanted to be a part of.
And you kept it.
Well, I'll tell you why I kept it. So, and you know what? Maybe it might have been my choice. I was on my high school amateur wrestling team. I had a little bit of a collegiate background before going into pro wrestling, and I wanted to be the anti-diva. I didn't want to be a diva type by any means.
Right.
So when I got to go to Japan, I was like, thank God, my career's taken off. I can drop this cheerleader gimmick. And
you went to Japan when you were 19.
Yeah, that's a pretty young age to be going over there.
Right.
And it's so funny. It's a time where there was cell phones were really basic. You know what I mean? Internet was barely a thing. Yeah, so I was fine with not doing the cheerleader gimmick out there. Totally fine. And then when I came home from Japan, I thought things were going to be great and take off. And, even though I came back a badass wrestler, nobody cared about Melissa.
Oh.
Nobody cared. It's not marketable.
They still needed that gimmick.
Cheerleader Melissa looks so much better on a flyer than Melissa. In a wrestling singlet. So I remember once reality kind of set in, I was like,
this is going to continue.
All right, where are the pom-poms? Where's the skirt? And if you look at my career, there's very little cheerleader I ever did in the ring.
Right.
Nothing.
I was always kind of curious about that, yeah.
Yeah, no, there's nothing. I just kept it because I felt I had to.
But also, you were one of the first women. Mick Foley did it, but from the women's side, women that did such drastic different characters, and sometimes you would wrestle in different characters in one day.
That happened. Yeah. Yes, it happened multiple times. On the days that happened, I would wear Alissa Flash underneath Raisha.
Oh my God.
So then when we'd move on to the next episode, go backstage, take off, and do a quick touch up of the makeup, and then come right out.
I also love that you also got to wrestle yourself at one point.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that.
What the hell was going on there?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, Alissa Flash wrestled Raisha Saeed in India.
Yeah.
For Ring Ka King.
What was your first response to hearing that match was going to happen?
Well, I was excited because of who I was wrestling.
Oh, who was under there?
Well, take a guess.
Hamada?
No, it was a male.
Oh, it was a male?
Yeah.
I don't watch men's wrestling.
Oh, never mind. It was Nunzio.
Oh, got it.
Nunzio.
So you're excited about that match?
Yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh, I get to work with Nunzio. This is awesome. I can actually say that. I've never publicly said that out loud. I had a match with Nunzio on TV, on India TV.
But also you wrestling yourself is pretty amazing too. I always thought it was kind of interesting that these promotions keep trying to put you in the mask.
I don't... I have no answer. I don't know. I threw in the towel.
I know us real women's wrestling fans love the intensity the action Cheerleader Melissa delivered, and if you love the high stakes action like me, listen up. I've teamed up with DraftKings Sportsbook, who are sponsoring this very special episode. Right now, new customers can bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Yeah, turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets. It's really perfect time to jump in whether you're watching the big games or catching those weekend fights. You can even use bets on DraftKings same game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout, and if you're into live betting, they've got you covered bell to bell literally. So sign up right now using promo code RINGTHEBELL. Again, that's ring the bell, your promo code. The crown is yours. So the Raisha side character,
Sure, yeah.
That's when a lot of mainstream fans got to know about you because that was such a striking character with TNA, the height of Knockouts era. So tell me about how that character happened.
Interesting enough, it actually started with WWE. Yeah, it actually started with WWE. Do you remember Muhammad Hassan? Remember that era?
Yes.
Yeah, so the original idea that was actually brought up to me was that was actually going to be a tag team. So not just Muhammad. So there was going to be two guys. And actually the second guy was supposed to be Jimmy Snuka's brother or son.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was going to be Muhammad, Snuka's kid, a manager, and then a valet, me. So the character kind of developed there, and I actually did a promo for it and everything, and they filmed a promo with me backstage, and I thought we were good to go, and I was really excited about it. And the next thing I know, they said, hey, I'm so sorry, we decided to go a completely different direction. It's a singles and a manager. We're not going to be hiring any more women at the time. So that character completely got scratched, and I was bummed out, but I had it later on when Awesome Kong came on to Impact. 100% coincidentally, creative envisioned a Raisha Saeed-like character as Awesome Kong's manager.
Wow.
And Kong, she's my friend, and she's just like, oh my God, I know somebody who did that for WWE. And they were like, you do? And then it's funny, I sent them the same promo that I did for WWE, and then like the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's such an interesting story.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So it didn't start at Impact, it actually started with WWE with a character that never took off.
How was the fans' reaction at the time? Because like right now it's such a different time.
You know, the fans' reactions, I think, were fine. I think there were times it was really mixed. There were some people that took offense to it, but for the most part, I think as time went on and got to do more promos and say silence and have a little fun with it, yeah, it was fine. I think people had a lot of fun with it. And it's so funny, like both WWE and TNA, it was like both their idea. It was never like my idea. Wow. I just only developed it.
So you with Kong, which eventually became Kongtourage.
It did. I will say this, the promos that we did were really fun. Like, I'll never forget, there was like one promo, oh gosh, I die laughing watching it till this day, where Awesome Kong had, I don't know if it was like a fur blanket or whatever she stole from the props department backstage, but she had like this fur like lion thing over her, and it was a thing where Kongtourage was having an interview with another team, and then like a fight breaks out, but Kong instructions was to stay in the chair, and it was so funny because she imagined herself as James Earl Jones coming to America, and then she was like sitting there like petting her lion,
regal,
acting all regal and like obnoxious, and then like this whole fight breaks out. So I think like a lot of the promos were really fun.
I love that you mentioned that because there is a promo that happened that is one of my favorite backstage segments of all time.
Oh my God.
Let me play it. That's why I brought this laptop here.
Oh my gosh, you have a laptop to
I do give you that. I had a message from
God. Stop.
This entire thing is so
Stupid.
so wild because you were just like, this tree. Out of
Wait,
this
what tree?
This tree was in the trash can. You were like smashing Christy with it multiple times, and here Raka Khan with that high heels.
Oh my God, she was so tall too. Like she was like a baby giraffe on heels. Like
It's one of my favorite of all time.
Oh my God. I really don't remember this. I really don't. This is so funny. I forgot about this.
You guys used to ragdoll like Gail, Christy, like all the time.
Yeah, poor girls. They were a good sport.
When I was asking fans about some of their favorite matches of you, a couple of them mentioned this dark match that happened between you and Kong that never aired.
Oh my gosh.
That was known to be like
right.
one of the best matches of Knockouts division.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that match. Yeah, and it was really good.
What happened?
I think they were testing if they should allow me to wrestle not under the mask. I think they were testing that out. Kong is one of the few people I have amazing chemistry with.
Okay.
Amazing. Can just look at each other and it's a whole conversation. Like we're that good. And there's very few people that in the wrestling business that I have that, magic with. And she's one of those people for sure.
Were you guys in Japan together?
There was one tour we were together
Okay.
on. There was one tour. And it was crazy. And I was a baby face in that match. And it was great. It was great. It was just one of our natural awesome matches. What was weird is that when Alissa Flash came out, Alissa Flash was more of a heel, so I couldn't redo the magic. Man, that was a good match. We got a lot of props.
I want the tape. What was like the ultimate plan? What two characters are introduced? Reveal yourself as the Flash, or
No, there was no plan. They were moving on with Kong, and they wanted to terminate the Raisha character, and they did. That's when Kong put me through the table, and then that's when after that, a lot of things changed in the office part.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, because there was basically kind of in the office, and this is like a little gossipy, but backstage in the office, there was kind of two teams. It was team this or team that. There was like one.
About that.
There's one creative team that was more of the other stuff, and there was another creative team that was more of the X division and more of the girls. Apparently, they were always battling backstage, and finally shit hit the fan, and there was a big breakup, and Team B lost, and we were part of Team B. So when that change happened is when you saw the massive changes in that division.
Got it.
In the knockout division, and we slowly started getting dwindled down.
Another match that people love talking about is your match in WWE, actually, on Heat.
With
against
Victoria?
Victoria, yeah.
That was
Yeah.
And I didn't even get to do much. That was another match that I got a lot of props in. When I came backstage, I was not expecting... Well, first of all, going into it, I was really comfortable because I was told that they were getting ready to prep Victoria for a massive singles push. They made it clear this was not a tryout.
Okay.
Yeah, they made it clear it was not a tryout. We want to make Victoria look pretty.
Oh, got it.
Make her look pretty, which is great. I wish they would tell everybody that before a tryout because you get a whole different match, Yeah, so I had no nerves. I was like, okay, cool. What I love about that match is that that's the first time I got to really work a little bit with Trish Stratus. I can't believe how much she cared. She didn't have to, but she was out there with us. And that's when I learned, because you don't really learn this in wrestling school, but that's what I really learned about camera angles and wrestling for the hard cam, wrestling for this camera, wrestling for that cam.
Yeah.
So she was very influential of just oh, that's a great idea, and then you should go this direction and make sure the camera gets that shot right there. And I was like, wow, things have been in wrestling that I never really thought about, when you're first kind of getting into the business. And I couldn't believe how involved she was, and I was so appreciative. So that's another happy memory.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. And then I remember I came backstage and I thought, okay, I'm done. And I think Torrie, because she traveled, I remember one of the girls had a dog. She travels around with a little
Torrie, yeah.
Yeah, was it Torrie?
Yeah.
She had her little puppy with her. Not anybody I expected to come up and talk to me. And she came up with her dog. She's like, oh my God, oh my gosh, we love that. You did such a great job. Wow. I'm like, you really think so? Yeah, that was amazing. And my gosh, you were so sweet. It was sweet. It's you guys are divas, but you don't act like divas. You guys are the cutest. Happy memories, but was not a tryout.
Why that connection with WWE never happened? It's just our big question mark in our mind.
For me and WWE?
Right.
Oh my gosh. always felt like I was applying for a job there that never existed at the time.
Yeah.
That's really the answer I have. I just feel like I think I would do better now.
Yeah, for sure.
Younger me would do better now.
Because your height in wrestling was very much the height of diva era, right? When they were going for the modeling type girl. I mean, nothing against them, but that was just a hiring practice that affected the industry as a whole.
They were very clear about that to me, and I didn't fit that mold at the time.
Right.
I would have done better now. You know, younger me. I don't want to say I was ahead of my time. Maybe I was ahead of my time on the wrestling part.
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe not the showmanship part of it and the entertainment part of it.
But I love that, like, your influence is just so palpable in the women's division and women's wrestling in general. Because when you see pillars of women's wrestling right now, they've all gone through you.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, that's true.
So I was watching this match recently. I saw that match with Natty Neidhart.
Wow, that's old.
Extreme Canadian Championship Wrestling.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I loved that match because that was one of the few matches where I wrestled someone that also started off in a collegiate background.
Oh.
And I remember that was one of my all-time favorite matches because we were doing like collegiate stuff wrestling. We opened up the match with like collegiate stuff, and she's the only one I've been able to do that with. Great chemistry. I wish we had more matches.
I know.
But, yeah.
But also second generation, both of you.
Yeah, it was almost like a kind of a opposite twin to work with. Like, yeah, we were so similar.
But you know, one of the matches that a lot of people sent me, your match with Asuka and SHIMMER.
Oh my gosh.
As they're some of their favorite matches.
That blows my mind. I need to rewatch that match. I do. That blows my mind. She does a lot of kicks.
Yeah.
She does a lot of kicks, and I remember being like, okay, we need to tone down the kicks.
Because both of you are very like intense wrestlers, so I think it's just...
It's funny. She's definitely falls in the category for me of somebody who was totally fine to work with, but had no idea of her history. There was a lot of drama back in the day, like in Japan when she like left a company and like stirred the pot and like pissed off a lot of people. And I remember I heard about that, but I didn't realize that was her until after. I was like, oh, that was you. Okay. I'm glad I'm just now finding that out. Okay.
And you wrestled a couple matches with her, yeah.
Yeah, she's fine.
Speaking of that, I mean, you went to Stardom. Was it 2014?
I don't remember.
You had a whole run in Stardom where a lot of people also say their favorite matches with you was with IYO SKY now, IYO Shirai.
I loved working with her. Her and her sister have this whole background in gymnastics. So they were gymnasts before wrestlers. And then I'm way taller. I mean, I'm like 7 feet out there. Come on.
True.
But like she was a dream. Yeah, such a dream. Like you get a little gymnast that you get to like work with and base for. Yeah, she's amazing. The first time I was there, Nane was the head trainer there.
Okay.
Yeah. And then when I came back, she was no longer a part of the company, and IYO SKY was the head trainer there
For Stardom.
Oh, yeah. So she was the HBIC when the second time I went out there.
Wow.
Yeah.
And am I correct that you had a big influence in her eventually coming over to America?
I did. That was an incident where all the stars happened to line up in a row.
Okay.
It just so happened to work out perfectly. At the time, I was a very dedicated member of the Cauliflower Alley Club. And every year they host a big event, for those of you who know about it. Stardom, they run shows every weekend, and then they have their big show once a month in Cork and Hall. And it's a dedicated training schedule in between. They get 2-week vacations off in a year, and their first 2-week vacation just so happened to fall over CAC.
Oh, okay.
So I convinced them, you guys got to come out for CAC. It would be good for Stardom, get a lot of publicity. So while they were at CAC, that's when Lucha Underground contacted me. They're like, hey, can we borrow them? Can we borrow them? And I was like, I mean, you're gonna have to help with these change of flights, and there's this adds on to the schedule.
And this is when you were in Mariposa.
Yeah, I just started Mariposa.
Oh god.
Yeah, just started. So yeah, when they heard the girls were at CAC, they were like, and it just so happened that Lucha Underground, there was 2 or 3 tapings that happened to be right after CAC. So we went from CAC to Lucha Underground.
Did they get both IYO and Kairi?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It was IYO, Kairi, and Mayu.
Melissa's influence to what's happening in this wrestling industry right now is wild to me. It's wild.
I was the hot middle person for that deal.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're also a STARDOM US president? Is that right?
Oh my gosh. Rossy Ogawa gave me that title.
Okay.
He's like, president. I'm like, what? Okay. I'll run with it. Really, I was like the U.S. talent relations person. But I definitely helped a lot of people get into stardom.
Got it.
Yeah, but that was my role. But it's funny. He made that for me. It's so embarrassing. No, I was not president of stardom ever. It's so embarrassing he did stuff like that.
So how is it like for you to see now that Joshi wrestling is so popular now? Like they're running 2 shows at WrestleMania weekend.
I think it's been a long time coming. It was so hot in Japan in the 80s and like early 90s. Just America just needed to be exposed to it. And finally, like people started seeing the magic, and it's so nice to see it over here.
So let's talk about Shimmer though, because you are the OG Shimmer, and just the influence that Shimmer had in women's wrestling in general is just mind-blowing. So this is actually Shimmer's 20th anniversary?
Is it really? Gosh. No.
Like all the matches that came out of that Berwyn Eagles Club, by the way, like it's just mind-blowing.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. They were, good surprises. Oh gosh, I remember Aja Kong. So much goodness. I just kind of think Dave Prazak had a very unique product, and he was really talented. And I just thought about this. I feel like him and Rossy Ogawa have a lot of similar mindsets where they enjoyed mixing American talent and international talent. That's what made Rossy Ogawa different from all the other female promotions out there. All the other female promotions were all Japanese with maybe one foreigner, where Ogawa, it was more like 50-50 or maybe more on the 25. But Dave did a really good job at bringing in and mixing in unique talent from other parts. And I think that's a huge part of like what made Shimmer stand out.
I freaking love your finishers because the air raid, the way you hit it, it's just that intensity. If you've been to Shimmer, you know exactly. Like the way it hits the entire arena, it's like so cool. But the other finisher that is so devastating is the Vertebreaker.
Yes.
I recently saw a video that went viral. They're like, what happened to that girl? She broke that girl.
First of all, I was surprised it went viral because it's so old. Man, 2013 or 14? Gosh. I remember thinking, how did this happen? The reactions were very mixed. I got a lot of negative. Oh yeah.
Because that was among like non-wrestling fans that got viral.
Yes, because it was a non-wrestling person that tweeted about it, and this non-wrestling person, I have no idea, I forgot her name, but she had over 1 million followers on Twitter.
I think the caption was like, I thought wrestling was fake.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and I wanted to tweet back saying, who wants to tell her?
So wait, who was the girl?
Alexa Thatcher.
And she's fine.
She's great. She's great. A lot of people don't realize that moves like that and the air raid and any other devastating finisher, it's a teamwork. Teamwork makes the dream work, you know. That move would not have looked that devastating if it wasn't her role in it. She clearly did too good. She did too good of a job because there was a lot of people they're calling me murderer, unsafe, I should never be in the business. After watching the clip of you breaking the girl's neck, I'm 100% positive you're the worst wrestler performer I have ever seen in my entire life, and you should be ashamed of yourself. Shameless.
It was a time again, like that whole diva standard was kind of like dominating the industry as a whole. Yeah. But you, again, topped the PWI list. You were always on top 5 there. The work that you were doing in independent scene like Shimmer was getting wildly recognized.
I don't know. I just think I was grateful every time.
Yeah.
I was grateful, and I was so happy when I finally... I remember the irony. I was so happy when I finally got number 1. And then I think it was the Shimmer match the day after when I got 13 stitches on my eyebrow.
Oh, wow. The irony.
Like, of course. Of course, this would happen when I finally reached number 1. Luckiest match of my life.
She got the best of me. I have a laceration in my forehead. It's vertical, starts from my eyebrow and goes to the up like that.
She went to go get stitches, came back to do the main event on the second show. Amazing.
seeing how industry has changed from there to like 2018, the whole women's evolution, it's just wild how like the recognition for the women's wrestling has changed so much.
So much. And I actually like really enjoy seeing a lot more women athletes make that transition into pro wrestling nowadays. Like you're seeing like a lot of college graduates that excelled in like certain sports and see them transitioning into pro wrestling. So it's so nice I kind of like that. I like having like that variety that all the women coming into it's not just, pro wrestling from the get-go.
We haven't seen you wrestle in quite a while, but then last year we saw, according to Cage Match, we saw there was 2 matches.
No, I might have blocked them out. Who are they? Do you have them written down?
With Nicole Savoy, and then
Oh my gosh, forgot about that.
Liza Hall, one in Canada and one in Vegas.
Yeah, they got me out of retirement for a hot minute.
So is this a sign that you're slightly coming back into wrestling again? What's going on?
I'm open to it, would like to if I can get into, and I'm training again. So if I could get into ring shape and performance shape again, I would love to make like an official hot comeback.
Okay.
Yeah. The pandemic was really rough.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we had a lot of deaths during the pandemic. And also my dad passed away in 2021. I think it was really hard to recover from that. Can I do this at my age?
I mean, you went all out on those 2024 matches, so I feel like...
I'm feeling it now.
The other thing that I loved when I was talking to you last time is that you have so much love for your wrestling kids.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
And one of them is Zoey Stark.
It is.
Yeah.
Come on, baby. Zoey was really easy to help. I want to make it clear that as far as everything Zoey does in the ring and her moveset and everything, I had nothing to do with that. I had everything to do with everything else around wrestling. The first time I met her, well, I didn't really meet her, but I saw her training. Somebody told me, oh, that's Tom Howard's wife. Well, Tom Howard was one of my trainers.
Oh.
Like early days. I'm like, oh my gosh, I love Tom. And I introduced her to Amazing Kong, who was working for AEW at the time.
Oh, yeah.
And at the time, she was trying to get her own like women's thing going. And she loved her. And she said, Melissa, get her ready for TV. So that was my role in helping her, was the TV portion of it. Not the wrestling portion, but people don't realize there's a wrestling portion and there's a TV portion of
Got
it.
it.
So my job was to get her ready for TV. But then the pandemic hit. I didn't do the last Shimmer because pandemic.
Right.
And we were taking it seriously, but they were part of the collective. And I made it clear that, hey, if I'm not going to be on Shimmer, that means there is a spot open. And that means you're going to put this girl in my spot because...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
There was a whole master plan behind that. There was a whole master plan. So we can be like, hey, AEW, hire her now. AEW. It took a funny turn. There was a WWE scout there.
Wow.
And he gave her a thing for a tryout, and it took like a whole 180 turn from that. Yeah, the rest is history.
That's wild how things work in wrestling.
I couldn't believe that. Yeah, so all of my help for her was like to try to get her to go to AEW,
Right.
and then like WWE was like snagged her.
And one of my favorites, Jay Vidal.
I
also.
love Jay. Oh yeah, I definitely had a hand in him. Helping get with Impact, and they signed him for a couple years, and he enjoyed his time. I'm very proud of the work he's done. I'm very proud. He's grown a lot.
You know what the other thing the gays would love about? You trained RuPaul's Drag Race queens to wrestle.
Oh my gosh, that happened. Pro wrestling is so wild. Like, never in a million years they're like, hey, you're going to train a bunch of drag queens in 1 hour to put on 3 matches. It's like, oh my gosh. And I get there, and like half of them are like 3 cocktails in. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be wild. Okay.
It's so funny to me because you're like, do you know these drag queens? I was just expecting you to be like, I don't really watch Drag Race, but you were like, I only watch Dragula.
Yeah.
What's her next thing? I was like, wow.
Yeah. I'm a diehard Dragula. Yeah, I'm a goth kid at heart, and I love horror.
So no to RuPaul's Drag Race. That kind of like checks out with you, like anti-diva situation. Yeah.
Yes, if I could be a pro wrestler now, I would be a contestant on Dragula.
Yeah, I can see that.
I would do very well.
Melissa, I mean, you've been on the top of the mountain. You call yourself the future legend, but you are already a legend.
Thank you.
Yeah. Do you have more aspirations left?
Helping people get signed and achieve their goals makes me very happy right now. And I'm helping a couple of more students, and I really would like to get them signed. I would love to say that these are my kids I've helped and I've got them signed with somebody, with every single one. I would love that.
Got it.
Yeah.
Nice.
That would make me so happy.
The mother.
I want to, or grandma.
Not grandma at all.
I do say that. When I walk into training, I'll say, Grandma's here.
What do you want to tell the fans?
They love your dedication you've given to the women's wrestling. What do you want to tell them?
Well, really, thank you for being such an amazing, supportive group of people, really. I don't think my career would have gone the direction it has without them and all the love they show my way. So really, I should be thanking them.